Welcome everybody to this week's showing of the hard body race here at Lanes Raceway on the orange. Having some camera difficulties here. You can see me every once in a while, but it's going off. You can see at the bottom right our new strike system here that we got that I'll be taking control of. 3 and out, 2 communities. The guys know the deal. I'm going to sit here in my little comfy seat, get everything set up. So far, everything looks all right so far. Chat should be coming on auto. I'm going to go ahead and come over to cam 1 and 2. Racers, are you ready? No. Watch your lights. And here we go, folks. Remember, 2 communities. And we already got 3 cars taking a hit here. So black, blue, and yellow. Here we go. All right, and that's going to be the second commutative. Right now we got 14 total racers. So white, green, orange. So everybody but blue and purple. All right, and it's going to be the first strike for somebody, and that's going to be on purple. So we're going to go ahead and give them their first strike. Something's going on here. A lot of confusion here. So were these people supposed to get strikes also?
I'm so scared right now.
Okay, white and green.
Yeah, I need CPR. I never really heard of this drag, and I'm only like 2 kilometers now.
So they're all going to have to slow these cars down if they want to stay in. Minute, another one on white. Sorry about my scribbles here. I'm doing this with a mouse left-handed. Here we go, back green racing, just a few seconds into the first heat. And we got another car coming off here to the inside. And that car is going to be on purple. So that's second for purple. So right now, it looks like Andy's got 2 and Camden's got 2. Bruce has 1 on green. And another yellow flag. Was that white that came off? Okay. So that's 3 strikes for white. White is gone this heat. 1 for red. So Camden will be able to come back in next heat. Red and black. Another on red. And one on black. A pretty rough start so far for the orange race in reverse, if you guys are wondering. Reverse card was played, so quite a few things change here when that happens. Got a yellow flag. And that's on purple. That's purple's third one. So purple's now out. Like I said, they'll be able to come back in next heat. So we get two more involved in an incident down on the horseshoe. Black. Another one for black. 4 red lights drop out to green. We're seeing a lot of the field drop out just for incidences. These cars are very top heavy. For those that have ever run hard bodies, they know that. Get another yellow flag. That's red. That's 3 for red. 1 for blue. The field is thinning. 1 minute and 11 seconds left. We've not even made it 50 seconds into this. The first heat jitters has got people, it looks like. Right now, Jay Latham, your leader on yellow. So far, no strikes for him. So we see him coming around Dead Man's Corner. He's chasing a pack of 2 cars right now. As he comes underneath the bridge there, and it looks like he's going to safe Omega, but we get 2 cars involved in the incident underneath the bridge here. See who they are. Green and orange. That's 2 strikes for green, 1 strike for orange. So right now, Jay Latham, the only car that has 0 strikes. We can see Jay Latham there. Oh, it looks like maybe Jay Latham's car shot to the inside there. So that's going to be Jay's first strike there on yellow. Four red lights drop out to green, and we're back racing. We got about 4 cars left on the field. 5 cars, sorry about that. Chad taking over the lead there on blue lane. As he goes here on the inside underneath the donut there, chasing down the yellow car, Nathaniel Burden on orange. The best lap of 5.0. All right, and that's a red flag rotation. So we're going to take a look over here at the new strike system. We'll go ahead and clear this out. And we're going to start for the next heat here, but we'll take a look at the track mate. As we can see, Chad, 20 laps, Jay Latham, 20 laps, and Nathaniel Burden, 18 for your top 3. As we go here into a small intermission, you can see we got 14 total cars, so we're going to have a giveaway today, just 2 cars shy of having a double giveaway. But nonetheless, we're going to leave you guys here with Cam 1 and 2. And I'm going to try to get, well, actually, I'm going to try to get the chat up and running now. I got a little bit of time here. Okay. All right. Now we are live on chat for YouTube. And should be for, if I'm not mistaken, should be also for Twitch. Minute and 15 seconds left to go before we go back green racing. Let us know now, because I know quite a few times people were kind of confused on the strike system, so now this might bring it a little bit more convenient for you to understand what's going on here. So everybody gets to community, and you can, I mean, all 8 cars can wreck simultaneously, and none of them get a strike for the first 2 track calls. But then after that, even if nobody had a strike previously, the 3 strikes start counting per lane. Taking you back to cam 1 and 2. We'll be back in 30 seconds. And 4 red lights drop out to a green, and we're going back racing. So we get our first yellow flag here. Looks like Jay Latham's going to come out. I don't see anybody else currently. So it's definitely one community for Jay. They're on orange. Chad, right now, currently your leader there, Jay's going to take a lap hit there. So now we're going to see a little bit more distinction between the purple lane and the orange lane. So we see Nathaniel Burton's car there on white coming off. That's the second community. So now we're in strike territory here. So we had 2 cars come off through the S portion of the track. Purple, yellow, and orange, it looks like. That last one, orange got one too, didn't it? No. Oh, you just ended up on that lane? He just started it. All right, so that was my mistake, folks. I just seen all 3 of them lined up there. So now orange actually does have a strike, so we don't have to change that. One strike. 4 red lights drop out to green. We're going back green racing. Chad currently in the lead there on purple lane as you see him come underneath the bridge right now out towards the back stretch. We got 1 for red lane. Chad in somewhat of a pack here as he kind of bides his time behind the pack. Going to maybe make a risk here through the S turns as we see Jay's car on orange coming off yet again. Chad's holding it down. Biden this time taking a nice, easy approach here as he gets a car slam out in front of him off of the black lane there. Andy Daniels getting in front of him a little bit. Some black there for Andy Daniel. He's going to take a hit. Oh, one of them off on its lid there to be Jackson on green lane. And one on, was that one for, did Jay come off on orange? So Jay just keeps ending up on the start finish line. So did yellow come off?
Yeah, yellow came off. Yellow and green. Yellow flag. Black.
All right, that's 2 for black. Caught that one just a few seconds there into it. Chad out in the lead right now. 28 laps followed by Jay Latham with 27. Jay right now with 2 strikes on the danger zone here. Nathaniel Burden there in third with 26, just 1 lap down with 0 strikes. So he's poised to make some risky moves here. Big cluster going up underneath the bridge there as they all make it out alive. Jay Latham side by side with Nathaniel's. Nathaniel's car kicks out sideways. Tight racing as they all try to approach there underneath the bridge. All of them kind of keep calm and collected as we see Jay make a jolt there underneath the bridge and coming out underneath. I believe that's 3 for orange. Jay's got him an XI 99 Taurus here. But he just redid a XI number 7 Jeff Burton car, I believe. And I'll tell you what, he used the water decals and everything. That thing is spectacular looking. So it looks like yellow's going to take a strike too. That's 3 for yellow. Got super glue all over my fingers. 4 red lights drop out to a green. Here we go. We get a yellow flag. The car to the inside just past the start finish line. And that's on purple. That's 2 for purple. And that's your current leader right now, Chad Daniel. See, I believe, is that Andy? Yeah, I believe that was Andy Daniel fixing Bruce Bullington's car there. There's a little body rub there as it goes to the inside. That's Bruce Bullington and another car there right underneath the bridge. So there's going to be 1 strike at least for blue. And 1 strike for red. And we're back green racing. We got a few people on the bullet here. Purple and black and red. All 3 have 2 strikes, so 1 more come off and that's it. 15 seconds left to go in this second round robin of 14 heat. If you wonder why we do this, once we get a certain amount of people, we got to get the races done. So we got to get these strikes on here for somewhat of a punishment, but at the same aspect, it kind of helps people run the race too. What color was that car? Black. So Andy's going to come off for the remainder couple seconds here in the heat. And that is a rotation. So we're going to go over here to the strike board. We see Andy took a hit there, and Gunner, also Jay Latham. They all three came off that previous heat. But we're going to go ahead and void all these out as we're going back into a new heat coming up. Take a look here at the track mate. Chad Daniel out in the lead right now with 19.5 average laps, 39 total. Nathaniel Burden in second with 37 with an 18.5 average. And round up your top three, we got Bruce Bullington with 16.5 on average. We still have 6 racers yet to even race their first heat. I'll take you over to cam 1 and 2, take a small break, and be right back with you.
Starts in 1 minute. Race starts in 40 seconds.
All right, 5 seconds, and we're back in the mix here, folks. As we can see, we got 4 cars lined up on the start-finish line there. Now, I don't know whether or not that's a previous strike or coming out or what, but nonetheless, we're going back green racing. We're already get 2 here involved in an incident. Jackson, are you in? Okay. So that's going to be the first community is going to be on orange. And there's both communities yet again. The struggle is real in the reverse section of the orange here. So we see Glenn Burton getting the car put back on black and one on yellow. And that's 2 communities gone. As we head in for another race restart, we are now counting strikes. Nobody chatting right now. I can see a little small window here. If you guys would like to chat, want to know what we're doing here at Lanes Raceway, kind of curious how we got things set up, please, by all means, either contact us on Facebook or you can contact us live here on chat if you're on YouTube or Twitch. So we got 1 strike there for green and 1 strike there for orange. See Glenn Burton here grabbing what I believe to be the braid roller. rolling out green lane, Randy Kirtley's lane. It's Guillermo Sauer's first time in here. Chad Daniel down on blacks. He goes through the horseshoe right now in a nice, good feeling of the pack here as he makes it underneath the bridge without getting involved in an incident. We get the car of Bruce Bullington to come off there on purple. That's going to be a strike on Bruce.
Get ready.
We get another car to swiggle off there right before the start-finish line. It looks to be Andy Daniels taking a strike there on yellow. What's that? Okay. Well, guys, y'all don't have to tell me who got strikes. Just put them on the start-finish line. I can see them. Okay. So we get another yellow flag there. Car to the inside. We're going to see Scott Daniel there putting the car on black. That's going to be a strike for black. Chad Daniel taking his first strike. It's been a couple heats since he took a strike, so his car definitely in good working order for sure. 4 red lights drop out to a green. He's your current leader. We're going to follow him as he goes through the horseshoe downtown, through the S-turns, back around, narrowly missing a wreck there with Jay Latham as Jay Latham gets involved. 2 cars involved in that incident coming on the downhill slope of the donut. That's 1 strike for white and 1 strike for yellow. And 1 strike red. Because we had a big cluster take place there, and it looks like we had a lift there take place to let the car in down through the donut portion of the track. All of them running there neck and neck, side by side, looking pretty good. There's a little side-by-side battle between orange and blue there with Jackson. And a car to the outside there on the horseshoe. See Camden there get that car put back on black. That's going to be a strike on black. So that makes 2 strikes for black. So we get a car there, Jackson's car on blue taking a strike. Just a little bit overzealous today. Several cars there on the horseshoe as it's flat and it doesn't have any bank, so cars are getting a lot of speed going down through there and not judging whether to let off and let the brakes activate. So pretty new run here for several people. So we see Jay Latham there checking up barely, not getting involved there. The orange car of Gunner going to take a strike. Four red lights drop out to green. We're going back racing. 48 laps right now. Chad Daniel in the lead. Side by side, yellow and purple. Andy and Bruce there neck and neck. So we see Jackson and Andy neck and neck also coming down through the donut portion of the track. Tight race and everybody giving each other rooms. They know the dangers of this. Jay Latham's car coming out there on white as he's going to take another strike. We got several guys, white, green, orange, yellow, and black, all on the fence for coming out here. 32 seconds left to go in the heat. we see a car coming off here. That looks to be Bruce Bullington there on purple, taking his second strike. Only 2 people with 1 strike, everybody else with 2. We might make it through a full heat with nobody coming off if we're lucky. 15 seconds left to go. Chad Daniels still your leader there on black lane. As we get a yellow flag. And I guess that was Chad Daniel getting his 3rd strike. And we get a rotation. So as we take a look at the strike board here, Chad Daniel ended up coming off for the first time this race with just a few seconds left to go in the heat, so not too punishing for him. We'll go ahead and clear the board out here as we go over to TrackMate and see what it looks like. Chad Daniel right now in the lead, 57 total laps with an average of 19. Bruce Bullington was 17 on average, 51 total. And Jay Latham, 49 to round up your top 3. So is there another? I'm down on music. What's going on here? For those that want to know, we use Epidemic Sound here to keep from getting copyright strikes. Don't forget, we do have chat live anytime you guys want to chat. Like I said, it should be up and running. If not, sorry, it happens. Everything is up to date though. Only lost 120 frames so far, it's showing, but you know, I said that the other day and I was watching it on one channel or the other and it was kind of skipping a lot, but nonetheless, we get by the best that we can with the internet that we have here in Livermore, Kentucky, and it's not too bad. Minute 21 seconds before we go back green. I'm going to grab me a water and be right back with you. All right, everybody's losing their mind right now. 4 red lights drop out to green. We're going racing with or without racers. So we get our first yellow flag here. We're going to see who's got come off for the first community. I'm seeing Glenn Burton's car there, the red lane. And Carson Ross helping out there on white lane. So red and white lane going to be taking a first community. We got ourselves another yellow flag here. Car to the inside there. Bruce Bullington taking a nice, gentle shove there. Camden's grabbed the car here. He's taking a look at it, but so is Natty Ice and Jay Latham. A topic of discussion here as they all gather around. And that's going to be a strike on white and I believe black. I mean, not a strike, but a second community. So now we're in strikes. So our second community's gone. We made it 9 seconds, folks, as we see Glenn Burton's car there with the red sticker going to take the first strike of the day in this heat. Chad Daniels still in the lead there on yellow. Bruce Bullington pushing the matter, though, as he comes up there on black lane. So we get another yellow flag there. This time it looks to be Guillermo Sire there on green lane taking a strike. We get a 3-car wide coming around the high banks there. Looks like to be Randy Kirtley, Andy Daniel, and Bruce Bullington. So you see a car just come off on the inside there, a white car there. And a gentle toss to Scott as he gets the car put back on. We see Nathaniel Burton there messing with it a little bit. Well, that's going on orange. That's going to be Andy Daniel taking a strike. And a hard hit there. Be a strike on yellow. Board's starting to fill out like a tic-tac-toe board. Key to this type of racing, as heavy as these chassis are and top heavy as the bodies are, it's more about just keeping your car on and running a nice smooth race, keeping the back in line with the front, than it is about actually trying to push the subject as white takes its first strike. Good learning chassis, good learning bodies even, to teach people how to see their car a little bit better for keeping them in tow with one another. So we have 3 cars piled up and wide there as they go through the horseshoe and wreck around through the donut. 2 of them getting involved there, a little bit of a little tussle, but they both make it out. Car wrecks up on top on the S portion of the track. Jay Latham's going to grab that car, and that's going to be 2 strikes for white. Yeah, smooth rhythm coming to an end there as the car comes off on the horseshoe there. And that's going to be Jackson Darty there on purple going to take a strike. something going on with the car Nathaniel has. What's going on? I mean, y'all, just let them know you need to find your stickers, Jackson. That's 2 shots for Jackson right now. Four red lights drop out to green. Here we go. Chad Daniel, your leader, as he comes back around the high banks here on yellow, at a car coming completely off the track there underneath the start and finish line. Jay Latham with the hooks of life there, grabbing the car from the inside of the track. And that's 3 for White. So that car's coming off. .29 seconds left to go in this heat. We get another car coming off on the inside underneath the bridge. That's the yellow. So that's 2 for yellow right now. Your current leader, Chad, doing an exceptional job here this race weekend. Ooh, side by side, Guillermo Sire making a risky move there as he dashes in front of Andy Daniels. Nice hard toss there towards Natty Ice's face there. Jackson there on purple, going to receive his 3rd strike.
Thank you anyway.
Randy Kirtley there on blue receiving his 1st strike. Only car to not have wrecked this heat so far, Bruce Bullington, the man, the myth, the legend, the streak. Yellow flag and a car to the inside here. Yes, it is. 3 on yellow. No, you're holding it down pretty good. 74 laps right now. And a red flag rotation. Bruce bringing her within 4 laps. So we head over to the strike menu, and we're going to clear out 3 guys here. Heading over to cam 1 and 2. Let's check out the track mate. Chad Daniels, 74 total laps right now, 18.5 on average. Bruce Bullington, 17.5 on average. And Randy Kirtley to round up your top 3 with 20.7 on average. So Randy's definitely coming for them. People are going to have to keep their cars on the track for sure. Heading over to cam 1 and 2. Going to take a small break and be right back with you.
Race starts in 5 seconds.
All right, 3 seconds before we see those red lights drop out to green. And we're going racing. Here we go. Chad Daniels still out in the lead as we get our first community happening right now. Jay Latham taking a look at the car. We'll see where it gets placed and give the first community strike. So it looks like Nathaniel Burton coming all the way around there. Looks like one of those communities is going to be on white. Waiting on Jay here. I don't know what he's doing right now with a, it's like a little front end of the car off of the car. All right, Jay's got him, and that's going to be on red lane. Going to also receive a community. See Jackson there with his hat halfway on, celebrating. First community down, and we made it 10 seconds. But we got another community right in the 40s. On the exit, looks to be maybe Jackson's car there in front of Randy Kirtley's. So it looks to be an orange. It's going to receive a strike. Or not a strike, but at the second community. That's the second community gone. 15 seconds maybe into the race here. So we get a full speed come apart. 3 cars involved in this incident, or maybe just 2, and one of them's missing their body. But looks like we got a full car missing a body. Guillermo Sires' body's off his car. So that's going to be the green car, Glenn Burden, is going to take a strike, and Guillermo Sires is going to take a strike. Full red lights drop out to green. Here we go. And we got one off on its lid. Nathaniel Burden's going to grab it really quick before it gets involved in anything else, and that's going to be one for Scott. Chad Daniel right now holding it down by 3 laps there on orange lane as we get another yellow flag and a nice coast there by Guillermo Sire into the high banks portion of the track. Jay's going to push the blue car, or the green car, excuse me, of Glenn Burden through. And that's going to be a strike for purple. And another yellow flag here with 1 minute and 13 seconds left to go on the clock. So we see Scott passing the car through to Nathaniel Burden. Nathaniel's going to get the car put on. That's 2 strikes there for Scott on red. Bruce Bulletin now got it within right at 2.5 laps to Chad. Randy Kirtley right there, about 7 laps difference between him and Bruce. So he's pushing real hard there on purple lane, trying to get in front of Jackson there on black. So we get another yellow lap or yellow flag condition here. Another car coming off in the S portion of the track. And that's one for blue. And that's going to be 2 on Guillermo Sire currently. .48 seconds left to go in the heat. We get a little bumper-to-bumper action as we see Chad just move the blue car of Glenn Burton out of the way. Yes, 3 for red, yes. Nathaniel, I can't hear y'all. I got music from the live stream in my ears. So y'all just have to just show me the car. All right, so Scott's going to take his 3rd strike there, and he's going to set out for the rest of the heat. We get another incident already taking place here underneath the bridge. Randy Kirtley giving him a little bit of a love nudge there. Jay Latham's going to grab the car and get it setted there on yellow. It's going to be the first strike for yellow. That's Bruce Bullington. Haven't seen Bruce come off a whole lot this race. A nice pass there by Randy Kirtley through the high banks. And one's off on its lid there in the horseshoe. We'll see who that is. That's going to be Jackson. Jackson on black. He's going to get a strike. 1 for him. 32 seconds left to go in this round robin 5 of 14. He's got all the numbers in for all the racers. The number was 13. 13's the number. We'll see who wins that after this heat, the giveaway. We'll give away some Pro Slot oil today. Pro Slot oil. Jay? And that's it. Well, we got a yellow flag, rotation. Wow, we got something. All right. Okay. Well, then I'll change my number then, because he probably just heard me scream 13. Okay. So we're going to head over here to the strike system. We're going to clear that out, because that's another heat down. And a pretty good one that time, actually. Heading over to the track mate, we see Chad still in the lead by 5 laps, 95 total. Bruce Bullington 90, and Randy Kirtley top 3 with 84. Randy Kirtley with 21 on average, Chad 19, and Bruce Bullington 18 for your top 3. Head back over to cam 1 and 2, and we'll get right back with you here shortly. All right, swap the number up from 13 to 11. Looks like Jay Latham's going to be bringing home the Pro Slide Oil giveaway. Minute 9 seconds left to go. We'll be right back with you.
The race starts in 1 minute. Race starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds. Race starts in 5 seconds.
It was destined to be, Jay. All right, 1 second to go before we drop those lights, and here we go. 4 red lights, 2 the green. And there goes the first community because I heard a car flip. So who's going to receive the first communal strike? Is Jay Latham's messing with it a little bit. Looks like it might be Scott's. See Camden there messing with the car a little bit. Something's going on here. Jay Latham looking at it again. What's up, dude? They might have it fixed here. I'm not for sure what's going on here. All right, that's one communal there on green lane. Go ahead and get that marked through. Oh, and that car just jolted out again. It's going to be the second community. New racer Keegan hit for his first. Excuse me. Sorry about yawning on the mic. This car comes off and hits the back end of a car. So it's going to be a strike for red. And I believe a strike for green. Chad still in the lead. He's going to be coming out this heat, though. He's on white lane right now. We just got disconnected from session. 1 second here. One second, folks. There we go. So that's red, white, and orange going to take a strike. And somebody hit the button. Well, what's going on here? So all three of those cars, red, white, and orange, they all got stripes, right? What's going on here, Carson? So was that car involved in an incident? Okay.
Ready.
And we got a yellow flag and several people up on the S portion of the track there. As we got a car coming off here on red. That's 3 on red.
3 on red?
Yep.
Get ready.
He'll need to get used to it. 1 minute left to go in the heat. One second, folks. Be right back with you.
Flag.
It worked out for just a minute, y'all. It just worked out for a minute.
Should get back up there.
Get ready.
So that's a strike for yellow. .25 seconds left to go in the heat. And we see Jackson on yellow taking another strike. It's 2 for him.
Ready.
10 seconds left to go. Looks like Chad Daniels going to safely be able to take the lead as he comes in for his setouts. Got 2 seconds left to go in the heat, even though it says red flag. We still got 2 seconds left to go here. Jay Latham's got one of the cars here, and that's going to be Purple Lane's going to take its first strike.
Get ready.
And now we got a red flag rotation, so we're going to move on over to the strikes here and clear them out for the heat. If we can. Oh, I think the keyboard shut off. There we go. Taking a look here at the track mate here, we can see Chad Daniel right now currently in the lead, 114 to 109 Bruce, and 106 Randy Kirtley. Guillermo Sire also there in the 21s on average there, as he's been running pretty good here. Him and Randy Kirtley both, not too many incidents. There's going to be a battle there towards the end. Him and Glenn Burton also. Glenn Burton there at 19.7. We're going to start seeing some of the cream rise as we continue on here in the racing. For some reason or another here, yet again, we got music out here. We're going to try to go to something a little bit different here, music-wise. I think they might have changed some of this stuff up. There we go. Let's try that. Epic music it is. 1 minute and 14 seconds before we go back green racing. I'm having some issues here with the stream. See me hanging out here, looking like I need to exercise. Will Santa Claus sitting next to me over here. You see him giving you the thumbs up. 59 seconds before we go back green. Gonna take you over here to cam 1 and 2. Be right back with you.
Race starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds. Race starts in 5 seconds.
All right, here we go. 1 second left to go before we see those 4 red lights drop out to green. We're listening to epic music on Epidemic Sound for our next portion of the race here, as we get a thud happen here right next to me on the donut portion. A hard hit. Going to be the first communal strike. And that is going to go to none other than Guillermo Sire on black.
Get ready.
Only one more communal strike before strikes start taking place on people. 3 seconds in. As we get one off on its lid. Is this Carson on his lid again? You guys know Carson in the shorts. He loves being on his lid through the S portion of the track, so we'll see if that's him. And it is. Carson's going to take the second communal here.
Get ready.
We are now in strikes. So we get another yellow flag. Nobody's able to get into a good set of rhythms here. Who it was that came out or what? Something's going on here. Who hit the button? Carson? All right, Carson's going to get a strike. Way to go, Carson. See Andy Daniel there trying to help out Guillermo Sire's car. We're back green racing yet again. Carson taking his time now. As we see another car coming out of the exit of Dead Man's Corner, getting involved in an incident there. That's going to be Jackson Darty on orange, going to take his first strike. And we get a fast car coming out up underneath Dead Man's Corner. I believe that might be Carson for strike number 2 already. 15 seconds into the heat. We're also going to see a strike for Glenn Burden. Got a nice little cluster going through the horseshoe here. We'll see how long they can hold it. Bruce Bulletin actually checking up a little bit on white to make sure that everybody made it through safe. Bruce keeping his car on good this whole race long, and I'll tell you what, I raced this car last week, and that baby handles. He didn't know if he was going to be able to make it this week, but he freshly got off work, and he was right down here with us. We're going to see Keegan there for his first time coming off. Well, I fixed his braid during the break. He was having some issues with his brake being too tall. So, you know, it's good to see that he made it almost a full minute without wrecking there. It's his first time, so, you know, I think that's exceptional, especially here on the orange track. Full red lights drop out to green. Here we go. We get a car spin out of control there in the horseshoe, and it looks like another strike there for Glenn Burden on purple. Bruce Bulletin and Randy Kirtley tied for the lead right now. As we see the green car Keegan getting tossed around a little bit, that's going to be his second strike. And we see a car on black taking its first strike. That's going to be Guillermo Sire. So see Jackson trying to help Keegan along. That's going to be the third strike there for Keegan on green. .45 seconds left to go in the heat, and it's been somewhat of a battle here. Not too many people coming off, so we see on side by side there with Bruce Bulletin and Carson, both of each other giving each other room there. .30 seconds left to go in the heat. Looks like people are starting to find the rhythm here a little bit as we see them rushing around the donut portion, taking their time. As we see Bruce Bulletin's car get spun out of control there. Bruce is going to take himself one strike here on white. Randy Kirtley now in the lead by 2 laps. Bruce Bulletin buying his time there on white, running a pretty consecutive race here, not coming off, keeping his car on, and that's what it takes a lot of the times with these heavier cars here. You either run the risk of trying to, Jay Latham dropping a car there. That might not be too good on it. 10 seconds left to go in the heat. So we see Guillermo Sire's car there taking another strike. So he's on 2. We got 3 guys on 2 right now. So we got Guillermo, Carson, and Glenn Burden all have 2 strikes. They got to get through 7 more seconds of this heat. to the first strike for blue. That's going to be Scott. Seems like Scott got his car back under control and in order. 1 second left to go in the heat. And that's a red flag rotation, so we're going to do like we always do here and clear out the strikes for the heat. And we're going to head over to TrackMate. What's that, man? I do not know. Here in just a few minutes, you'll see if you're going to be back in or not. You'll be on red if you're coming back in. So Randy Curley, 21.7 on average, 130, currently in the lead. Bruce Bullington in second, 127 with an 18.1 average. And 114, Chad Daniels still in the top three with 114, 19 on average. And Jackson closing in there as he's got one more heat to run, but Red Lane really killed Jackson. So head over to cam 1 and 2. I'll be right back with you. Give me 1 second. All right, 4 red lights drop out to green, and we're doing strikes yet again. And the first community is taking place right now. Who is it? It's a blue car. And it's going to be Glenn Burton taking a strike on black for community. Getting another hard hit in the horseshoe. This time it looks to be Jackson going to be taking that community. Community's gone. Seems to be somewhat of a trend, not making it 10 seconds into the heat before both communities gone. Got another yellow flag here, and it looks to be Glenn Burton taking his first strike. And we got a car off on its lid right before the start-finish line there. And that's going to be Camden taking his first strike. Oh, survival of the fittest as they all rush right in there in the S portion of the track. We're going to see a strike there for the race leader, Randy Kirtley, on orange. Oh, as Randy Kirtley's car just gets popped right out on the start-finish line. It's going to be 2 strikes. A wreck there to the outside wall. Black car, who is it? There on blue lane, it's going to be Keegan. Going to receive his first strike. So he's made it quite a few seconds into the heat without coming out. 4 red lights drop out to green. Here we go. And we're into another yellow flag as we see Jackson's car up on his lid. That's going to be a strike on white. Oh, we see a very aggressive move there by Carson through the S portion of the track. Another yellow flag here involving 2 people. 3 people. Jay, was that car off? Okay. So that's going to be 1 strike for Camden on red, a strike for Keegan on blue, and a strike on green for Carson. $50 seconds left to go in the heat. We got a cluster going through the horseshoe, and they all made it out alive. Oh, we see Carson over accelerate there, causing an incident. So that's gonna be 3 for blue. It's actually gonna be 2 for green. Let's get a yellow flag and another car coming out of Dead Man's Corner. A little bit of an incident. Jay Latham's got the car. Red. That is 3 for red. Camden's out for the heat. Two on the chopping block right now, green and orange. Randy and Carson on the chopping block. 25 seconds left to go in the heat. See, close racing there between black and purple. Scott and Glenn, both of them there racing each other very, very close. 15 seconds left to go. And that's 3 for Carson on green. Down to just 5 cars, folks. Another rough heat. As we see a car there to the, I guess that'd be the inside of the track there coming off. That's Glenn Burden on black going to take a strike. That's his second one. Several on the old chopping block. And that's a red flag rotation. So going to head over to the strike board, and we're going to clear that out yet again for this heat. We're going to head over to TrackMate. Let's check some averages. 21.7, Randy Kirtley right now, your leader. Guillermo Sauer with 22 on average, though, as we roll into Randy's final heat. And Guillermo Sauer still has 2 left to go, 152, 132. And Jackson 131 as he finishes up there, now in 3rd position. People to keep an eye on here is looks to be Glenn Burton 19.4, Bruce Bulletin 18.1, 19 on average for Chad Daniel. These guys all have a runnings here for that top 3 position, so definitely keep an eye on these guys. Will continue racing. Going to leave you here on the cam 1 and 2 on the orange, and I'll be right back with you.
The race starts in 1 minute. Race starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds. Race starts in 5 seconds. Get ready.
All right, we're back green racing. I barely got here in time. I had to take a quick break there for a second. Bruce Bulletin, me and him talking about a little bit of NASCAR before we got started back. He's got a car in his hands, though, and it looks to be maybe Keegan's car. That's going to be the first commutative strike there on purple. It's boiling down to just these last few heats here. So see a car to the outside yet again there. And that is going to be... That's going to be Keegan there on purple again for the second community. He's learning, folks. Orange track's a tough one to learn on. It's got all of the good crisscross, zigzags, and everything that a very difficult track could have. So we see a car coming off here in the high banks here. Scott's going to reach down and grab it. It might be Scott's car there involved in that incident. Yep, that's going to be Scott on black taking his first strike. I believe that might be Scott again, where his car kicks out there a little bit. fast pass transition there from Guillermo on the outside as he comes through the backstretch portion of the track. We are hard hit there in the donut portion, or the horseshoe portion of the track. Jay Latham going to take hold of the car. And it's going to be the first strike for Camden.
Get ready.
Blue car Carson quite fast, just seeing him come around the donut there as the back end kicks out severely with that car. But man, that thing is humming. It's one of the cars that was blueprinted here at Lanes Raceway at the beginning of the season, and it's not really ever slowed down. He's got him a race winning car almost every weekend. Has a little bit of issues keeping the car in, but it's fast, folks. So we'll get another car to the outside here. We'll see who it is. Two cars actually coming off. So that's going to be the first strike there for Keegan and first strike for Randy. Get a car pushed to the outside there as Purple gets into what seems to be black car there just a little bit.
Get ready.
That's going to be two strikes on Keegan. .30 seconds left to go in the heat. So we get a yellow flag of the car off up on its lid here. That's 3 for Purple. And Keegan's going to be coming off with 15 seconds left to go.
Get ready.
Get a yellow flag here. That's going to be one strike on orange for Guillermo Sire. And a pretty clean little race so far this heat. Probably one of the cleanest heats that we've seen so far with 3 seconds left to go. Nathaniel Burton's car going to get a gentle love touch there from the green car of Camden. So Nathaniel Burton going to receive a strike there on red. One second left to go in the heat. We'll be clearing the strike board yet again for the next heat.
Get ready.
And a red flag with a nice little incident right at the end of the tied in. So let's head over here to the strike board. Excuse me, I went to TrackMate first. Let's head to the strike board first to clear these strikes. Strikes are now cleared. We'll head over to TrackMate. Randy Kirtley out in the lead with his final heat there, 174 with 21.8 on average. Guillermo Sire coming into his last heat coming up next, 22.1. It's going to be very close between these two. And Jackson Darty there in third with 131. Dale, what are you doing? All right. So top 3 real life racer races with Gabriel a lot in the GP style Lemons races. Dale, I call him Dale Dobeck. quite a hilarious guy. I've been on a few places with him and my brother racing road races with Dad. He just entered the building. Good to see him. I'm going to take you guys over to Cam 1 and 2, let you watch these guys work, and I'll be right back with you.
The race starts in 1 minute. Race starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds. Race starts in 5 seconds. Get ready. Yellow flag.
All right, looks like the first community is going to be taking place here. Randy Kirtley with a bag of chips as he grabs a car. First strike on the community is going to go to Guillermo Sire on White Lane.
Ready. Yellow flag. Get ready.
All right, now all the racers in strikes now as we hear a hard hit down the backstretch. That's going to be a clippable moment there around 10 or 14. Need to make a note of that. As we see a car completely destroyed. Now, each racer gets 30 seconds to fix their car before we go back green. And there's going to be a strike there on white for Guillermo. And there's a couple other cars coming around here. And I did see some parts and pieces fly there on the backstretch. So I do not know whether or not they're going to need some intensive care there. So black and yellow also going to receive strikes. And the Exide 99 of Jay Latham on red will receive a strike. So that's a pretty big wreck there, hard hits. And then 49 seconds left in the heat. As we see a car stalled at the bottom side of the track here. Andy Kirtley taking a look at it. There's going to be another strike for black. Oh, a little bit of body chatter there. I don't know if they made it out alive or not. It looks like they did, as I see a white car around in the bend here. Randy Curley's going to get it put back on. That's going to be a strike for purple. First strike for purple with Carson Ross. Ooh, as we get two on the lid in the horseshoe portion of the track. One of them, Carson Ross. The other one I wasn't able to see. That's 3 for black. It's 2 for Carson Ross. Two red lights drop out to green, and we're going racing yet again. As I heard some more body chatter. Looks like somebody might have made out. We get a breakout and a car come completely apart on the backstretch. The whole back side of the car gone. Several people scared in the building. As we see a body split in two here. Guillermo Sire's car in disarray here. So we do know Guillermo's definitely going to be getting a strike here. We have a rider there, so Guillermo ended up on Nathaniel Bergen's green lane and came a full speed come apart there. Did Carson come off too? No. Okay. Yeah. What'd you do, bro? Oh, cool. 12 of them, a dozen? Baker's dozen? Oh, look at you, Jackson. You are cute, ain't you? Yeah, you heard me. You heard me. Minute and 16 seconds left to go. We see Jay Latham kind of leaking off there in the donut portion of the track. Jay Latham going to receive his second strike here. And 14 seconds left to go in the heat. That's some tight racing here as we get two cars involved in the incident. Wow. There in the donut portion of the track. Lots of exciting things happening in this heat 10. So it's going to be a strike on yellow. And another strike too. I'm going to see who that is. So a strike on green. So that's a first strike there for Nathaniel Bergen. So we got another yellow flag and a little bit of an incident, it looks like, in the high banks, or the horseshoe portion of the track. We see Bruce Blinson in the upper right-hand portion of the first cam. It's going to go back to the start-finish line. Bruce is taking a quick glance over. That's going to be the first strike on blue for Camden. And we're going to see Camden get a second strike here as his car jolts out right there. Seems like sensitivity's been a pretty big issue the race long. Randy Kirkley popped up earlier.
looks like, I believe, maybe Guillermo Sauer popped up. So we get body chatter yet again. It looks like they made through. So we get a yellow flag here. Carson Ross hitting the button. Colors of those cars, purple, is purple. It's 3 for purple. More body chatter. Sorry about that, didn't get that on cam. Oh, it's a bit more body chatter as blue car sticks its nose in there. A lot of rough hitters here, but people are making it out alive. A little bit of cluster. 40 seconds left to go in the heat. Several people with 2 strikes here. Racing nice and clean here. So hot bomb down there in the horseshoe. 3 of them running wildly aggressive there with one another. Ten seconds left to go in the heat. 5 seconds now. So we get 2 cars into each other a little bit. The car of Glenn Burden and Camden. So that's going to be 3 for Camden on blue. So we get a red flag, rotation, yellow flag, something. We're going to take a look at the strike board here. We're going to go ahead and clear it out for the heat. We had 3 people end up coming off there in that heat. It was a rough heat for sure, as we had a full speed come apart on Guillermo's car, completely split in 2. On track mate, we can see 176 Guillermo, 2 laps ahead of Randy Kirtley as he's in first place. Now Randy in second with 174, and Glenn Burton 141. The front clip missing off of Camden's car. Guillermo's Dominic Toretto has seen better days. It looks like at the end of the first movie when he jumped the train track. Jackson Darty there in 4th position. Guys, keep an eye on Chad Daniel as he's going to be coming back in shortly. 19 total laps right now. And Glenn Burton still has 1 more heat with 20.1. We'll see if he can mix it up with Randy and Guillermo for that top 3 positions. I'll leave you with Cam 1 and 2 and be right back with you.
Starts in 20 seconds.
Ten seconds left before we go back green racing. And it looks like Guillermo Sire currently in the lead just by a couple laps here. So we have 4 red lights. The strike board has been cleared for the heat. We're coming back into another interesting one. Hopefully we don't see another high-speed come-apart like we did see with Guillermo. He ended up getting a rider on Nathaniel Burton's lane and got sent, his body actually, in 2 pieces. Also, Camden lost his whole front clip on his Thunderbird. First incident here, about 15 seconds in. We got 2 people here fixing to take a commutative. So one on purple, that's Camden. If there was another car there, I guess it was just Camden on purple taking the first community. As he pops off taking the second community. And now we're in strikes. Since we got updates, we're going to exit that off of that screen. And our first strike's coming just 20 seconds in. And that's going to be Camden yet again taking on his first strike. We might have to give Camden the name Senior 5 Strikes. I took that name with pride last week in the GT12 class. So we see 2 cars sent to the donut portion of the track, one of them on their side there. It's going to be a strike for yellow and a strike for orange. We see Chad Daniel there working a little bit on the car there, trying to get something going on, maybe flatten some braid or something. And we got a nice cluster going into the horseshoe as all 4 make it through. One of them coming out of Dead Man's Corner there, got a little bit sideways. It's going to be another strike there for yellow, Keegan, newcomer. And a nice little dive bomb down on purple lane for Camden. Got a car to the inside just before the start finish line. We can see Chad Daniel grab that car. It's going to be a strike on blue. That's Nathaniel Burton's first strike. If you're interested in joining in some of the racing fun here at Lanes Raceway, give us a call, 270-278-1400 in Livermore, Kentucky, about 20 miles south of Owensboro, Kentucky. So we're going to see another strike there on orange for Scott Daniel. Orange track is poised to be a brutality race here. As we see the third strike happening for Scott there on orange. He's coming out. Yellow getting a little bit loose there, but he kept her in control. Oh, it's the blue car there of Glenn Burton snapped loose. Received his first strike there on white lane. Oh, so we get a cluster. 3 cars involved. See you, Dale. Good to see you, man. And that's going to be a strike there on green. And it looks like the yellow car of Keegan is actually out. I'll put a strike there. Got another yellow flag here in the donut portion of the track here. So that is another strike there on white for Glenn Burden. Six seconds left to go in the heat. This heat, not as dangerous as the previous heat. Several cars getting busted apart in the previous heat. We got several cars come out on this heat, but the previous heat definitely a full-blown debacle. So get a red flag rotation there. We're going to head over to the strike and clear the board. Board now cleared. As we head over to the track mate, we can see Guillermo Sire still holding down that first place position. 176, 174, Randy Kirtley, and Glenn Burden 162 as he finishes up. Jackson 131 on his finish. We still got 2 heats for Chad Daniel and 3 heats for Nathaniel Burden. These are the 2 guys you need to keep an eye on to see if they can get themselves into the podium. And they do both have an opportunity to do so. Nathaniel with 19.8 on average and 19 on average for Chad. And those are going to be your front runners to the end of the race. So keep an eye out for Chad and keep an eye out for Nathaniel Burden as we continue on in this race. I'm going to take you back to Cam 1 and 2. Be right back with you.
Race starts in 40 seconds.
Oh, yes, he told me that. This stock car track.
Race starts in 20 seconds.
All right, 5 seconds before we go back green racing. All right, just checking in on Chad. Hadn't checked all week or all day, so looks pretty good. Nobody chatting today. 4 red lights drop out to green. We're going back racing yet again. That's going to be the first community. Randy's going to push the yellow car through. Who hit the track button? Carson? Carson on yellow. It's going to be first community. That's a hard hit there right on the ground. And that's going to be the second community on orange for Keegan. So we're in strikes right now. Just 3 seconds into the heat, and we got a incident here yet again. And this might be Carson. I know he's got a white car. And it's going to be Carson Ross. Did Jay come off? No? He is good about that. Oh, we get 2 there. I think Carson might actually still be on. And that looks like a strike for Keegan and a strike for Camden. So black and orange. Oh, so we get a little bit of back and forth there. Scott's car coming off there.
Get ready.
Yellow flag here as we got a car coming around here. Looks to be Jay Latham's car. They're on blue, going to take a strike.
Get ready.
Another yellow flag here. And a rider on yellow. It's going to be a strike for Camden on black, his second. And a car on its lid there in the horseshoe. The horseshoe being pretty detrimental all race long, and that's going to be 3 for Camden as he's coming off of the heat. Getting that perfect braking zone down in the horseshoe is quite tough, it seems. That looks to be Andy Daniels' first strike here on red lane.
Get ready.
Oh, and a little bit of a cartwheel taking place over there in the horseshoe. I believe that to be Keegan's second strike there.
Get ready.
A little bit of a thump there by Carson Ross. That's going to be his second strike.
Get ready.
This will be Andy Daniels' car there yet again coming off there on red lane. His second. So the seconds are piling up for sure. Can they make it through the rest of the heat? So with a yellow flag, Nathaniel Burden on purple, his first strike.
Get ready.
And that's going to be Carson Ross's third strike.
that Carson yellow? A little bit of body drag noise. 30 seconds left to go in the heat, and we get a car coming out from the dead man's corner, getting just a little bit wild there. I believe that's Keegan's third strike there on orange. Only 2 more round robins left. Coming up next is either going to be our wing car on the orange, or it's going to be rotated over to the oval, and we're going to run the Super Late Model Series coming up next. I'll let the guys decide. I think it's scheduled actually for the GTP to come up next, or the wing car, excuse me. So we'll go clear the strikes out for this heat. Head over to the track mate, and we can see Guillermo Sire, 176 total laps, still holding it down. Randy Kirtley 2 laps down from that. Glenn Burden's going to finish 162 there in third. Jackson 131. Scott's going to finish 129. Bruce Willington 127. Still with 1 heat left to go. Now Nathaniel Burden's picking up his average now at 20.3. He's still got 2 heats left to go. Somebody to definitely keep an eye on. And then right below him is Chad Daniel with 2 heats left to go at 19 on average. Jay Latham's pretty close to the mix there. He's going to have to pick up quite a bit here, but he is on black and purple coming up with an 18.7. So these 3 guys, Nathaniel, Chad, and Jay, definitely have a chance at stabbing through on the podium. Heading over to cam 1 and 2. Going to take a small break and be right back with you.
Starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds. Race starts in 5 seconds.
All right, here we go. 4 red lights dropping out to a green, and we're reeling it in towards the end portions of this race. Chad Daniel back in now on red lane as we get our first community. Looks to be Jay Latham on the back stretch coming out on purple. Going to take his first community. Carson didn't even put his car on for the race. He now has his car in, ready to go.
Looks like Jay Latham might have pulled his car here. So we have 2 cars involved in the incident up on the S portion of the track. Looks like Chad Daniel and Keegan. That's going to be our second community down. And we are now in strikes. Oh, a little sideways coming out of there for Carson, getting her back under control though. Looks like Chad Daniels going to come out, and it looks like Keegan also for the first strike. Oh, a little body chatter as Carson's car comes completely sideways and somehow or another gets back into the slot and then comes back out again out from underneath Dead Man's Corner. That was some wild stuff. Maybe turned the sensitivity down a little bit. Yellow and orange going to take a strike. To see a second strike for Keegan here. So we got Carson Ross's car doing a Tokyo drift through the S portion of the track there. That's going to be his second strike. So Keegan and Carson both with 2 strikes. Probably need to calm them down a little bit just to get through the heat here. Side-by-side racing there with Keegan and Chad both. Chad able to get his car out in front of Keegan's there. Keegan's still trying to learn the track there, you can tell. But doing a pretty good job of it. As we see Nathaniel Burton's car there go to the left inside or outside of the donut. That's going to be his first strike. Oh, so we see Keegan just give her a little too much. That's going to be his third strike there coming around the donut portion of the track. Oh, so we see Carson's car completely sideways. That's going to be his third strike. Only 4 cars on the track. A few other people setting out. Looks like Gunner, he got sick a little bit earlier. So pray for Gunner. that he gets to feeling better. I know me and the wife, we ate some bad dinner last night. And I ended up having to skip a meal this morning just because I felt pretty bad before church. But it's like yellow and purple maybe getting a strike. Is Jay getting a strike? Or did he just land? Okay. He loves it there. That's Camden's second strike there on yellow. Looks like Jay's car stalled out there on purple. He's going to go ahead and pull it, it looks like. 14 seconds left to go in the heat. So we now have 4 cars left in the heat battling it out, as Nathaniel Burton's going to end up 143 here. We're going to go to the strike menu and clear that out. Then we're going to take a look at TrackMate here. And we're seeing Nathaniel start to increase his way up into it. He is just about 19 laps down from Glenn Burton in third position, so he's poised to take over third position this coming heat. Chad Daniel, he is at 134 right now with one more heat left to go on green. Getting kind of held up that previous heat there, but he's still got one more to go too at 19.1 on average. These are your 2 here that are going to battle it out for that podium finish here. We'll see how well they end up getting and how close they can get to Randy and Guillermo in first and second position. Going to leave you here with Cam 1 and 2. Be right back with you.
The race starts in 1 minute. Race starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds. Race starts in 5 seconds. Get ready. Yellow flag.
All right, first community happening right now. And it looks to be Jay Latham on Black Lane going to take the first community.
Get ready.
This is the final heat. All is won or lost here for the remainder of the racers. As we had a car side cog there coming down off into the donut. That's going to be second community there for Camden.
Get ready.
We are now in strikes. And that's going to be one strike there for Carson Ross on white lane. Oh, and a car rolling over on its lid there. Camden just a little hot coming down off the heat. That's going to be a strike on orange. Got a yellow flag 2 involved in this incident as we see Jackson there putting a car back on red. Bruce Bullington and Carson receiving strikes.
Get ready.
Oh, as we see Bruce Bullington's car get hung up there on red lane. He's going to take his second strike here. And it looks like Chad Daniels going to take a strike.
Yes, sir.
Ready.
24 seconds left to go in the heat. Oh, as we see two cars coming off here. And one of them is Carson. That's going to be Carson's third. And the other is Bruce. That's going to be Bruce's third. He just wrecked underneath the... It was sideways. Well, who straightened him up?
He straightened himself up.
Oh, did he? Okay. Well, that's his second one. As we get an incident here and a hard hit there off of the blue lane. And that's going to be a strike on orange.
Get ready.
And that's a checkered flag.
Race over.
Going to clear the strikes here. That was probably the cleanest one we've had all night. Heading over to the track mate, we can see Guillermo Sire is going to bring home a win with 176 total laps, followed by Randy Kirtley with 174. Nathaniel Burton's going to dethrone Glenn by 4 laps at 166 for 3rd position. Glenn Burton's going to take 4th position, 162. Chad Daniel, 156. Andy Daniel, 145. Bruce Bullington, 144. Jay Latham, 134. Jackson, 131. Scott Daniel, 129. Carson Ross, 127. 109 for Camden. Newcomer Keegan, 65, and Gunner, 47, as Gunner had to take a trip home as he wasn't feeling good, so be praying for Gunner. Nonetheless, folks, you see me over here at the pinball cam lazing it up. What a race we had there. I hope you guys like the new graphic for the 3 strikes and out. Better help you guys understand who's got strikes. It helps me a lot. We see Action Jackson here. He's probably getting ready to get up into the Group 20 or the 4-inch coming up next. But nonetheless, that's all we have for this week's 4.5-inch hard body. Next week we'll be on the oval. God bless everybody here that's watching, and thank you. If you like what you've seen and you've stuck around this far, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it to people, because we get people in here all the time just don't know Lanes Raceway exists. So try to share us out there and let everybody know we're trying to push slot car racing into the next generation. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you in the next race.